This week on Convincing Idiots, oh boy, we talk about James Gunn's giving us so many more different characters for the DCU. We talk about our biggest financial flexes in our question of the week. And then in our main event, non-traditional Christmas music or artists. We kick off the Christmas season just right. All of that, so much more, this week on Convincing Idiots. So, what else to say than, well, let's start the show.
You guys enjoy your whatever that is.
All right, test.
Test.
Test. What do you call it again? Convincing Idiots.
Called it ham gravy.
I informed them that I sided with the Statman, not just anyone's opinion, the Statman Brian Fisher.
These kids today.
Jingle All the Way is in fact the best Christmas movie of all time.
I need to get Grandma a present, and my herpes is flaring up. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, yo, yo. I'm the millennial
We're
Santa.
three friends representing three different generations. That's our whole shtick. That's our thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nick got the whole poop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm standing in the sea
Asian.
breeze, holding a turd, just mightily. I'm just going hitting hats.
Anyway, on a lighter note,
Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the vodcast. Welcome to the broadcast. Boys and girls, welcome to the show. This is Convincing Idiots. My name's Dean, the Zennial.
I'm Brian Gen X.
And hey there, my name is Nicholas. I'm a millennial. And this is Convincing Idiots, a weekly podcast of three friends representing three different generations. We get together here mostly each and every week to discuss all things nerd and pop culture. And if you've not already done so, let me tell you, you're missing the bus on this one. You got to find us on all of the social media accounts in which you engage on. Go find us. We are on the majority of them. You can find links to all of our social media accounts on our link tree. Go to Google, type in Convincing Idiots, Linktree, LINKTREE. Follow the links, like, subscribe, rate, review, all that stuff. Be sure to tell all of your friends where you can listen to this podcast each and every week. And 'tis after all the season of giving. And what better to give the loved ones in your life than
Herpes.
or herpes in clothing form, Convincing Idiots merchandise. That's right.
Yeah, so
it's a
close.
tangible form of
So
herpes
close.
you can let the world know about all the live long day. Convincing,
Tangible form of herpes.
Convincing Idiots merchandise for your buddy. You can find all of that and even more, if you can believe it, on our website, which is convincingidiots.wordpress.com. So head on over there as well. And as always, as we were just celebrating Thanksgiving, are most of all thankful for your support. So thank you for supporting us. Thank you for listening to us. And thank you for wearing our tangible herpes on your body.
There you go.
Here we are, episode 180. Sorry, nope, that was 100 episodes ago. 218.
Oh, boy.
Convincing Idiots.
Here we go.
Here we are, 218. We're gearing up for the holiday season. We're fresh off a little break here from the Thanksgiving holiday. So, Brian, how was yours spent?
What a week here, guys.
What a fucking week.
Yeah, it sure was.
What did your shirt say there, Brian? What is that?
Says
Santa?
He knows.
He
Santa
knows.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, well, I mean, I lost my dog. Not lost my dog. We had to put my dog down last week, so that was a real bummer.
Sorry to hear about Igor, man.
So, yeah,
Very sorry, buddy.
16 years of age, and Thanksgiving evening, it just took a turn, and Friday morning, it was just time. And then we were planning to host Thanksgiving, our first Thanksgiving meal Friday afternoon. And we decided to go ahead and just still do it. We had enough time to still do it, and we had everything prepared and everything. We thought it would still be nice to have family over, and it really was a good decision. We had a very, very good time. Allie just worked her ass off, and we just had a delicious turkey and all the fixins, and people brought sides, and it was just all the close family around showed up, and it just was a nice afternoon. So it really took our mind off the sad morning. It was a great way to end the day and spend some quality time with everybody. So that was great. And then just getting things set up for Christmas and all
May I
that
ask,
good
Brian?
stuff. Sure.
Did he pass, or was it time to put him down, or?
We had to make that decision. We took him to an animal
Okay.
hospital, and it was just they just weren't able to stabilize him, and we just had to make it tough.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry.
okay. That's okay. So, yeah, but thanks for your support, and the family, everybody's been great. And
Yeah, we were sitting on the
Go ahead.
couch, and Robin was looking on Facebook, and she's like, "Oh, Brian's dog died." I was like, "What?" I'm like, "No," like I didn't,
Yeah,
because I didn't know. I mean, obviously we
You're right
are familiar with Igor. We knew he was a quite old
Yeah.
dog, but I mean, otherwise, and
yeah,
his sight had gone and his hearing, I think, as well. But I mean, he still got around. I didn't know if he was ill or anything, or not that you'd mentioned, so it kind of took me by surprise. So
Yeah.
really, that's tough, man. It's never easy.
no, I don't know. It's the worst part about having a pet,
Yeah.
but we have many great years with him, and he definitely will live on in our memories.
To Igor,
for
this
sure.
one's
Yeah,
for
I
you,
didn't-
buddy. Cheers.
Thank you.
There
That's
you go.
nice.
To Igor.
Yes, thank you, old buddy.
Good pup.
Yes, thank you very much. So and then we watched a crappy football game on Saturday.
That's weird. I
So
watched
Nick,
a
I'm
great
sure you'll
one.
talk about that a little
yeah.
bit.
Huh.
Mhm.
You guys must have been
Yeah,
dialed
so-
in the wrong station. You should have watched the one I was watching.
Well, go ahead, Nick. You may as well go ahead with how are you, sir?
I'm doing
What's new
well.
with you?
I'm doing well. It was great week all the way around. Stuffed my face with Thanksgiving food. Ate my
Yep.
weight in yams. Just a lovely weekend. Saturday went to the Christmas walk. Good times.
Can't wait to eat my weight in
Oh, man.
yams.
Watch an incredible football game. I mean, you guys, let me just tell you, you should have been watching the Michigan football game, because it is, after all, great to be a Michigan Wolverine. And man, what an experience. I mean, this is a team, as you guys know, as we're all here fans, that are fresh off of a national championship. There is no higher height in all of college football, right? Or is there? Is it even a little sweeter to even suck the next year and then claw your way back to a victory against your arch nemesis in rivalry week? I mean, does it get any better? Does it
Sure.
really get any better? I was just floored. I'm
happy for you, Nick, buddy. They get to go into their bowl game.
They just won it. It's over. That was it. That was the one.
No, they're
Yeah.
an actual bowl game. Which one are they playing?
They won't be in one. Because they played so good in that game, and they pulled the ultimate upset that they get the rest of the time off. That's just all
No,
that.
I don't think that's how that works.
I will say, like, I'm not typically ready to praise the NCAA or give them their flowers. But what I can say is as I'm watching that game, and I mean, obviously, going to that game, Ohio State 10-1, Michigan like 5-4, or up 6-5. I don't. They were 20 point. Ohio State was 20 point.
Ohio State was favored by
20
it's
point
the
favorites.
biggest upset.
Yeah.
One of the biggest upsets ever
Yeah.
in as far as how the game started in the spread.
Yeah.
I think.
But and granted, if full disclosure, if it was the other way around, I would have been sad on Saturday, even though it was an expected loss. That was going to bum me out, right? But what I can say that's very cool about college football and the NCAA is that if you're a fan of a team, regardless of how your season goes, because the rivalries are so intense, and especially Michigan, Ohio State, because it's so intense, it allows you the opportunity as a fan to participate in at least one Super Bowl every year. Essentially, it is the same as if if the Cowboys are in the Super Bowl, the college equivalent of that is the game every year. It's Michigan, Ohio State. So sometimes you're on the good end of it, sometimes you're on the bad end. But the cool thing is it because those rivalries are so intense and so sacred to people and bitter, and it gives you the opportunity to participate in kind of your own little Super Bowl every single season, and that's what's really cool. So yeah, needless to say, I mean, all joking aside, I was pretty pumped. My body was just like vibrating that day. I couldn't believe, I was in shock. I was just like, I can't fucking believe it. I almost didn't even watch this year because I was like, I could, and I'm like, but if something miraculous happened, I wouldn't want to have not seen it. So, but I'm like, full disclosure, going to that game, I'm like, I fully thought I'd be turning it off at halftime. But it was a peculiar game. We are in northeastern Ohio, so any people listening to us that are from the area are most likely Ohio State fans, and very curious. There's really no reason they should have lost, but they sure did. So, but yeah, anyway, go Blue. Fun Saturday. That was fun. But other than that, yeah, just a good Thanksgiving weekend. Made stop at all the family's houses and stuff. See everybody, put the tree up, got decorated. Haven't talked to you guys since. Went and saw Creed a couple weeks ago at the Q. Creed at 3 Doors Down with my mom and Rob. Fucking had a
That's
blast.
right.
Got fucking hammered trying to keep up with my mom. She was drinking me under the table. Fucking threw up in Robin's car on the way home. It was
Nice.
You did?
I did. Oh yeah, didn't make it.
Oh,
Half of it out
no.
of the passenger window, half of it in. We had to pull over in Fairlawn. I shamefully cleaned and felt bad. But it was a fucking hell of a time, man. It was great. They sounded good from what I remember. But man, we were just everybody was feeling it. It was a really good time. But yeah, nice little weekend. So that's I think all that's new in my neck of the woods. Dean, what's going on with you, man?
Oh boy, so much. I learned how to read.
Ooh.
I wrote a giraffe. Me and the cat created this whole computer scam. We stole a lot of people's money.
Nice.
It was amazing.
I expect one hell of a fucking gift for Christmas this year.
Well, sure, absolutely. No, Thanksgiving was good. Yeah, I got to spend it with some family and friends. It was very nice. Great food. I made a green bean casserole, and that was delicious. Yeah. But before that, while Nick was at the Creed concert, Brian and I, who he forgot to mention this, had a hot tub party with Jeff.
Right. That was the week after we shot last.
The weather that night, because that was the same night. That's why I wasn't there. It
was very brisk, but with the hot tub, it was perfect.
Because when we were driving to Cleveland, it was like ice rain. I was like, "That's not gonna be fun." It
was cool. It was perfect hot tub weather. We smoked cigars. We drank bourbon. We sat in a hot tub. It was a good night.
Nice.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Stuff like that. Hanging out, living, working. I guess the only thing wasn't a lie was me and the cat did create a scheme and stole a lot of money from a lot of people. But it's been a great couple weeks since I've seen you guys, and I'm looking forward to this show.
Nice.
Very good.
Right on.
I forgot to mention too, I went to the Cavs game on Sunday. Celtics at Cavs, very good game to be at. So thanks to my friends Jim, Annie, and Bean for taking me up there. I had an extra ticket and offered it to me for birthday gift, so it took me up to Cleveland, and we had a nice dinner at Flannery's, excuse me. And then
Flannery's,
that's the one.
Irish bar up there.
Yeah, that's a cool spot.
And
that's
then,
where we went after my hockey team. We went up there and we watched the Monsters game, and it was an afternoon game, and all the Monsters players were in there drinking too. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Nice place, great game. Cavs came back from 14 down, I think, and beat the Celtics. So,
nice.
Great game.
Very cool.
Yeah, that was a game to watch.
Sure was. All right. Well, what are we having to drink here tonight, guys? Dean, what do you have?
I as of this moment, I have a couple of these North High Brewery beers, but at this moment, this filthy McNasty Imperial Stout. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you what, it's smoky. Like I was expecting, Imperial Stout, you're going a little sweeter with the whiskey barrel type deal. But dude, this is so smoky and it's fucking fantastic.
Nice. Very good. Nick, how about you?
I'm going with a classic. It was my first love as it comes to Christmas beers, but I've got some 12 Dogs of Christmas from
Yeah.
Thirsty Dog there.
It's a good one.
So that was, I think
Very
when I
good.
first started drinking craft beer, Thirsty Dog was an early favorite of mine, and love that one. So got to have it every year. Brian,
Very
it's
good.
on the palate.
Well, I have a bit of a head cold too, so sorry for in advance.
Hot
if I'm
toddy?
sniffing or you can tell my voice.
Hot toddy will fix you right up.
Sort of, but it's Cleveland Christmas bourbon. This is
Ooh,
out
that'll
of Cleveland, Ohio. They have they make bourbon whiskey all year round, but they have this Christmas blend every year with the Christmassy spices, if you will. So it's very
Sure.
popular.
Santa
I like to
come
have it
and
just on ice.
whatnot.
Huh?
What's up?
Right.
So
Yeah,
with Santa
sure.
come and
Could be.
whatnot.
Whatever it is,
You know,
it's tasty.
What's more magical, really?
That's right. That's right. It doesn't get more magical than that. Have you watched anything, Dean, over the past 2 weeks? You want to mention an idiot?
Just
reviews?
all them those fucking greenbacks rolling in with Ernie as they're scamming people out of their money.
Yeah, that's it. That's about it. No, honestly, other than the Ohio State game, I didn't watch anything.
All right.
That's a good usage
Christmas-
of your time,
regular
though. That was
Christmas
one good thing to
movies.
watch.
Yeah. But just regular Christmas movies, Actually, no. I can recommend something. I'm sorry. I just thought of it. Carter. I showed Carter for the first time. Violent Night.
Yep. Very good.
He hadn't seen it yet, and he loved it. It's a fantastic movie. It should be on everybody's Christmas watch list every year.
Sure.
It is so fucking fun and awesome and all of it. I love it.
I'm
He
gonna buy
loved
it
it.
this year. It's like $8 to buy. I'm just gonna buy it.
I rented it on Prime, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I'll have it.
It's not
next
street.
year.
Where
Like,
did I
there's
watch
no
it last
reason-
year? It's not on
It
Max
was
or
on a stream.
Peacock or something.
Yeah, it was. I think it was on Peacock last
Okay.
year, but now you can only rent.
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Violent Night, highly recommend.
Yeah. A lot of fun. Nick.
Man, I got a lot. Actually, I'll try to keep it brief. So fucking love The Penguin. Like, by the way, like this show is
Yeah,
fucking
man,
insanely
yeah.
good. I'm
Yep,
all about
yep.
it. It's fantastic. Can't recommend it enough. So fucking good. Really
Yeah.
enjoying that. We also watched. There's a new Christmas movie on Paramount called Dear Santa, where I don't know if you guys have seen the trailer for this.
Jack Black?
Yeah, the kid's
watched that as well. We watched that,
dyslexic
yeah.
and writes Dear Satan instead of Santa, and Satan gets the letter, and that's Jack Black. Cute movie. It was not like I gotta watch it every year or whatever. It was funny
Mhm.
for what it was. And again, I kind of expected a little bit. It wasn't in theaters or anything. It was straight to streaming.
Nope.
And but it's a solid movie. It's a good, fun, family movie to watch, and I really enjoyed it. So that was fun. We went to the theater a couple weeks ago and saw Wicked. So, like, I know of Wicked. I've heard of Wicked. Like, past girlfriends have liked Wicked. Like, it's a thing. And I know it's about Wizard of Oz, the, witch and stuff. But I didn't really, because I asked Robin on the way to the theater, I'm like, am I going to like this? Like, what's it like? And she's like, I don't really know. I love it. And it's, so I'm like, okay. So, but you guys, it blew me the fuck away. Like, it was insanely good. It was so good. So well done. I just didn't know how I was gonna. I mean, I don't have anything against musicals at all or anything like that. I typically enjoy them, but I just didn't know what it was gonna be. But this is the first part of a 2-part thing. So the second one's coming out next year. But this one certainly doesn't leave you with any type of really cliffhanger. It breaks in a good way. I'm excited to see what happens in the next one, but at the same time, even if they just made the one movie, you get where it goes from there. You can kind of fill in the blanks, I think. Jeff Goldblum is fucking
That's what I was about to
so
ask.
damn
Is he
likable
as
and
great as you would
everything.
assume?
He's fantastic. Ariana Grande and Cynthia, I forget her last name escapes me, that plays the Wicked Witch. They're so unbelievably talented, so well done. It was very funny too. There's a lot of comedy throughout it, and it was just really well done. So I would strongly recommend that. I don't know, it's probably not everybody's cup of tea. If you're, typically not a fan of musicals, maybe it's not. But if you do appreciate those types of things, it knocked my socks off. It was great. So, and then the only other thing I want to say, this is a re-review. Because I reviewed it already last year at this time, but I took one of Brian's recommendations last year and I watched 8-Bit Christmas. And I watched it again. I loved it last year when I watched it, but I watched it again this year. And I was like, I remember liking it a lot last year, and I was going to watch it again. And God damn it, I watched it the other night, and I'm like, I actually don't know that I can think of another Christmas movie other than Jingle All the Way that I like more than this. It's perfect.
Wow.
Like, it's
Yeah.
fucking perfect. It captures that time and so many things in that time so well. The relationship with the dad. It's like A Christmas Story, but with a modern twist. It's just, dude, I'm laughing throughout the whole thing, and it's, it's enjoyable. It's, heartwarming. It's also fucking hilarious. There's so many things in it that are just hysterical. All the kids in that movie are great. Is it Steve Zahn that plays the dad? Is that his name? The guy that plays the dad?
Can't
I
remember.
think-
We'll look it up.
Never seen it.
He's great. Everybody's so great in that movie. But yeah, when I watched it again this year, I'm going through the Rolodex of all the other Christmas movies I love, and I'm like, other than Jingle All the Way, I like this one better than all of them. Like it's certainly I will never go another Christmas and not watch it. It's just so fantastic. So
Steve Zahn.
Steve
Yes,
Zahn,
you're
yeah. So Giving the Flowers to 8-Bit Christmas. It is streaming on Max. And I will
Steve
watch it
Zahn played in
every
a
single
movie
year.
called Freak Talks About Sex, and it was a great movie from the 90s.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That nobody's ever heard of.
Okay. That's cool. So that's it.
Anything else? Nick?
Nope, sorry. And Ohio State Michigan game. Go blue. Hail to the victors.
No, we don't. Yeah, I think you're done. I think you're done.
Allie and I were looking for a movie to watch, Nick, this weekend. She had never seen 8-Bit Christmas this past week, so we watched it together. Yeah, she liked it, and I get choked up at the end of that movie every time. Max.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it just makes you, like you said, the relationship with him and his dad is just very touching.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's it.
All right.
We can do everybody. Brian, what'd you watch? We didn't talk about you. What'd you watch?
Just real quick, I just started a few series, a lot of stuff on Netflix. Watched a couple episodes of A Man on the Inside. This is the new Ted Danson series on Netflix. He is hired
name
by
of my autobiography.
Yep, it's a very short story. Thank you very much. He's a retired professor. He's a widower, and his daughter encourages him to get a hobby or something like that. He answers an ad to work for a detective agency inside a retirement community to solve a case. It's just, it's a weird, it's an interesting premise and all that, but it's funny. It's very cute. If you like Ted Danson, I think you'll enjoy this. We watched 2 episodes so far. You sure? I did finish the first few episodes of the final season of Cobra Kai. There's going to be more episodes dropping, but where it leads up to is crazy, insane, nuts. Yes, I am. Yep. Just nutty, crazy. I mean, again, if you like the series, you won't be disappointed by the final seson. Just so many crazy twists and turns and everything. So I'm definitely intrigued for the last few episodes.
Of that last episode or 2 episodes,
it's just ridiculous.
But it's so fun.
Yeah,
it's like you're watching it going, "This is bullshit," but with a smile on your face.
Yeah. The writers are just like, "Should we do this?" We're like, "Yeah, fuck it.
Let's do it."
There's nothing off limits.
Yeah,
nothing
it's awesome.
Limits. I did watch Dear Santa too, Nick. I agree with your assessment. It was cute. It was fine. Do I need to watch it every year? Nah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that Candy Cane. I watched that last year with Eddie Murphy, the Candy Cane Lane or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like
very similar.
I saw it.
It was fun.
It was fine.
Yeah.
Maybe once every 3 years or something like that might be okay. But it was fine. If you like Jack Black, you'll enjoy it. I started to watch The Madness on Netflix as well. New drama. Man, I'm so hooked on this show. It just dropped. I'm like 3 episodes in. Guy's just one of those wrong place, wrong time type things where he stumbles across a murder. Turns out to be a murder of he's a black man. It's a murder of a high profile white supremacist. And then he's being framed for the murder and he's trying to get out of it. So it's all kinds of things going on there. So if you like that type of tense crime drama, I think you'll enjoy The Madness. And this evening, I watched the first 2 episodes of the brand new, just dropped today, James Gunn animated series, Creature Commandos on Max. This is the first thing that James Gunn has made for DC since he's come over there. Since Peacemaker, but the first thing since he got his new, the role.
Deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 episodes in, it is pretty interesting. So it's cool animation. It's definitely adult themed. It's not something to watch with the kids. There's sex. There's a little bit of nudity and stuff like that.
Just like this podcast.
It's like the new variation of Suicide Squad is what it is. So it has
Sure.
I can't think of the woman's name from Suicide Squad. I think it's that actress reprises the role here, and it's Colonel Flagg, who was in the Suicide Squad movie. It's his dad. So Colonel Flagg was killed in Suicide Squad by Peacemaker. So his dad is kind of the guy that's trying to run this. So the premise is the government does not permit them to have human prisoners in these rogue teams. So the loophole they try to use is they're going to use non-human prisoners to go out on a mission that's too dangerous for humans. And one thing that's kind of fun is if you remember in the Suicide Squad, Weasel, who had sort of a cameo, small bit part in this.
Yeah.
He is a main character on the team in this. As well.
He was my favorite part of the new Suicide Squad.
Yeah, it was good.
You'll enjoy it. Some interesting heroes. It's funny. It's dark and all that type of stuff. So 2 episodes. I'm intrigued and I will continue to watch. That's about it.
What is the what other character? I'm sorry, but what are the characters besides Weasel, or any ones from that we've seen before, or is it just like all new ones? I'm not probably familiar from the comic books, but
I'm sure they're in the comics, I guess, but I'm not familiar with these characters. It's like the Bride, who's like the Bride of Frankenstein.
Okay,
right? But it's like a modern version of the Bride. There's Frankenstein.
So they might be taking some liberties.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Frankenstein is voiced by the guy that does Santa in Violet Night. What's the guy's name? He's also the Crimson. It's
Hooper.
Okay. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Stranger Things.
Yeah. John.
Right.
Sorry.
Anyway, I'll look it up here, but it's him. It's Dr. Demento is like a guy that can fry things with his skin. He's like a skeleton-looking guy. It's just very weird, bizarre type monster type heroes, right? So, or villain. I don't know if they're villains per se, but something got them in jail. One's a robot, voiced by Sean Gunn, James Gunn's I think brother. But
Billy Gunn's cousin.
Anyway, it's intriguing. Yeah, sure.
Because he's an ass man.
Right.
I do hear that they want to take some of these these comic book roles because it's James Gunn first kind of foray into it, and hopefully lead them into the regular DCU.
Sure. Yeah, I've heard the ratings of this are.
You've already seen Weasel, right?
Right. Yep.
The one that it got cut from the cutting room floor, but I think it was called The Insurer. And his alter ego is Aaron Blake.
I watched that.
Yes.
Because Blake Insurance is what his superpower is: saving money. Saving money for the masses is his true superpower. Yeah. Because let me tell you guys, Blake Insurance is an Erie insurance agency located right here in Barberton, Ohio. They provide auto, home, renters, and business insurance with honesty, decency, and affordability. Erie Insurance is above all else in service.
Like Michigan.
You want to call 234-571-5359 or visit BlakeInsuranceLLC.com for your free 5-minute quote today. And when you do, tell that superhero, that is Aaron Blake, that the idiot sent you.
Yes.
And he would not be happy that you interrupted his read with horseshit, Nicholas.
He's going to raise your rate.
That's right, yeah. Guess whose homeowners just went up.
Yep.
I don't know why. It just kind of happened that way.
Weird, yeah. Yep.
All right, well, we're going to take a break here, guys, and come back with some pop culture headlines and our Ask an Idiot segment of the week, and hope our rates don't get raised.
Right. Well,
but I hope my dick does.
Yeah. Any rate would be an increase, I guess, for doing the show.
That's right. I made less than negative. Brian actually makes us pay. That's what the joke is. And we have to each give him a nickel each week. It's.
Mhm.
I'm running out of money, gentlemen.
Still haven't
Please.
received my 5 cents on
t-shirts.
Venmo, fellas. Come on.
Right, come on, please.
Be right back.
Gen X Brian here from the Convincing Idiots podcast. If you're enjoying our show, tell a friend. And if you're not, well, tell 2 enemies.
Five, 4, 3.
All right, welcome back to Convincing Idiots, segment 2. Hopefully not a very sniffly segment, if you will. So,
I doubt that's going to happen, but
yeah,
find
we'll
out.
try it. We'll try here. Pop culture headlines here, guys. I didn't see a whole lot that really piqued my interest this week here, but one thing I did catch was, Nick, are you still watching Seinfeld, Nick?
Yes. Yeah, I haven't
Okay.
in a while. Like I've fallen and not out of no interest. I just haven't. I don't know. I mean, I obviously do have time to watch things, and I watch other things, but Seinfeld's kind of like the thing that I watch by myself, which hardly ever happens, especially during hockey season. But anyway, I digress. Yes, still working on Seinfeld, still enjoying it. Yeah.
Have you gotten to where George is working for the Yankees yet, or not that far yet?
Am I? No, because I know it happens, but he's not there yet.
Okay. One of my favorite side characters there on Seinfeld, I don't know if it was yours too, Dean, but there's someone does a very good George Steinbrenner impersonation.
Oh, yeah.
You never see his face. It's
Nope.
always from behind. And I never really paid attention to that for a long time here, but that is Larry David. Larry David is doing George Steinbrenner on Seinfeld. So especially when George worked for the Yankees, it became much more of a prominent side character for quite a while. So there is a new commercial out there that just dropped not long ago, advertising the 2024 Topps baseball cards, Bowman draft set of cards. So it's reprising, I guess, draft picks or something like that. Larry David reprises the role of George Steinbrenner.
That's
and
awesome.
They're acting out. John Elway is in the commercial as well. I guess this is true. I don't know, but the Yankees drafted John Elway in 1981 over,
Really?
I think it was like Kirby Puckett, Tony Gwynn. That's what it was, over Tony Gwynn, apparently.
Jesus.
I don't know if that's true or not.
Could you imagine if that is true? I mean, Tony Gwynn is like beyond a Hall
of best hitters of all time.
His stats is hitting just
crazy.
It's insane.
It doesn't even look real. Some of his stats, it doesn't even look like it could be possible. So if it is true, it is pretty funny. And again, John Elway is on the commercial as well. So if you like the George Steinbrenner impersonation of Larry David, go check out the Topps Bowman commercial. You probably look up Larry David commercial or Larry David, George Steinbrenner, something like that. I'm sure it'll come up on.
That'd be cool.
Online. Yes, absolutely. Makes you want to go back and watch some of those Seinfeld episodes. Well, Nick, you mentioned. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I just didn't know. Do you guys know why they call a roach clip a roach clip?
No.
Because potholder was taken.
Brian,
go ahead.
Thank you. Ties very nicely to the story. Thank you very much.
Wow, that was a more like blunt, hard turn than Ohio State field goal kick. Like, holy shit!
I thought we were going to get like a John Elway football fact. Remember when John Elway beat the Cleveland Browns?
The blunt part was a pun intended.
A couple of times.
It was not actually, but
yeah,
I'd like to take credit for that.
The Cleveland Browns left Cleveland, back in 1999, and I what? And, yeah. So Nick, you just saw Wicked, which is one of the highest box office totals of the year so far. So Moana 2 and Wicked dropped recently here, and Wicked's already the number 7 movie of 2024 at 263 million when I pulled the statistic earlier today. And Moana is 225.4. The top movie of the year? Take a guess. Any idea?
Of
2024 so far?
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, yeah.
Incorrect.
No?
What? Wow. Okay.
Inside Out 2, 652.9 million.
We contributed to that one as well. Nice.
There you go. Followed by Deadpool Wolverine at 636. This must be domestic. This must be U.S.
Watch fucking movies. Fuck kids.
Dude, kids, that's where it's, that is
right,
like, people know what's up because that's, you think about it. Okay, Deadpool and Wolverine, that's you and a friend or partner going to whatever. Nah, family movies, you're buying tickets for extra little humans that, oh yeah, you're doubling over on your box office income at the gate. Yeah.
Number 3 is Despicable Me 4, which is bewildering that still continues to with the Minions and everything.
Yeah.
361 million.
Can I just be real for a second? I'm not trying to yuck anybody's yum because I know that's like huge to people like adults and everything. Like,
get real with us. Come on.
I have seen the first couple of those movies. I don't get it. I don't think they're very good. The Despicable. I mean, and I love kids' movies and the animated movie. Like, they're usually pretty good. Those ones, I don't think are. I don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't think they're funny. I don't think they're clever.
No,
I don't understand. Other than the Minions are goofy, is that what's we're selling? Is that all it is? It's just they say banana. What the? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Whatever. People enjoy it. That's great. That's fine. It's not hurting anybody. I don't understand why they're so popular. I don't think any of them I've seen have been any good. I don't really get it, but whatever.
Yeah. The first one had that nice story with the guy. He warmed up to the relationship with the young girl.
Yeah, with the kids, was cool. Right?
But the Minions were the side characters in that. You know what I mean? And then someone realized people like the Minions. They try to bring them more to the forefront. It's just like, man,
that's
with you. I don't get it.
Changing the name to Fonzie's Happy Days.
Yeah,
that's really what they did.
Yeah.
You know how to? You guys know how to make an artichoke? You strangle it.
Yep.
You catching up on like dad jokes of the day calendar before the end of the year? What's going on here?
Yeah.
What are you
Dave's been
doing?
chewing some like Bazooka Joe bubblegum or something like that.
Bazooka Dad bubblegum.
Yeah. Okay, so
maybe the cat will appreciate my jokes. All right.
Maybe. I mentioned that we stuff that we watched over the past couple weeks here, but I talked about a couple weeks ago, Absolute Batman, a comic book series that dropped this year. That was like a variation of Batman. There's also a similar one for Wonder Woman and Superman. I thought it was going to be a long running, but it's a limited series, 5 issues. I picked up the first couple issues. Very good, by the way. So
I'm not convinced
take.
With this cold that you're not absolute Batman. You kind of sound like Batman right now.
Yeah.
I need you to get real close to the camera and say this for me. I am justice.
Yes, I am justice.
See, there it is.
Patrolling
the
streets of Monroe Falls.
Yeah, it sure did.
Yeah. Yep. That's right.
Get off my lawn.
Yes.
Well, he's used to that.
Yeah, that's at the old house as well. Yeah. No, but it's cool. So if you're looking for a new take on Batman, check that out. It's very interesting. Alfred's a very cool character, completely different take on Alfred and everything. So I won't spoil it, but it's very, very good. So check that out. And as I mentioned, Creature Commandos. It's the first couple episodes has a high critic score of 94%. That is right in line with the Penguin at 95%. So at least from a critics rating, it's they enjoy it. So I don't know. So I just are you guys? We talked a little bit about it already here, but are you interested in these new characters, whether it be alternate universe type characters, the Creature Commandos that are just an interesting take of different characters that you're not familiar with? Is that something that intrigues you as a long-term comic fan, or are you more just, I'll just wait around for the next Superman movie or something like that? So, Nick, what do you think about some of these variations and not character shows that aren't as popular characters?
Yeah, I personally, I'm more likely to be drawn in by a good review like you just gave, or like for example, I was not even familiar with the character of the Weasel until I saw the Suicide Squad, and now because I like that character, and you said it, like that might draw me into it. And that's, I think, kind of like we've talked before, whether it be like the Marvel and DC or Star Wars stuff, but I feel like kind of like with the there's like too much of it. There's oversaturation, as to where if that didn't exist and it was further apart and there was some DC or Star Wars property coming out or something, and I'd be like, oh, we haven't had anything in a long time. I'd like to check that. I feel like with space, I would be much more likely to check those things out. But I mean, I'm certainly not opposed to either of the things that you suggested, because I trust your opinion and you sound like Batman. So if you say something's good, I'm more likely to check it out. But on my own,
Tell them how
would
awesome
I
I
ever
look naked.
you should give it a go. You should give it a look. Just give it a look. See what you think. See for yourself. But yeah, no,
Balls are awesome.
I'm more likely to. I'm probably on my own, if I were just to hear about the new like James Gunn show, like being that I'm not familiar with any of the characters, I probably would be like, oh, okay, that's neat, but I probably wouldn't even give it a chance. But I feel like, again, that's only because there's just so much of it, and rightly or wrongly, like with all the Marvel stuff tying together, I feel like it almost like conditioned me into the thinking like, man, if I miss any one thing of this, like I'm going to be out of the loop, and it's like the whole thing comes unraveled, and like, what's the point, kind of thing. But I'm glad that even though I feel that way about it, for all the people that are diehards, like I'm glad that shit's out there. Like I'm glad that gives those people like something to really look forward. And they're like, oh, this, there's somebody out there that some fucking side offshoot character from that new James Gunn show, like that's their favorite character in all of comic books, and they're finally in something. You know what I mean? Like that's somebody to somebody, So that's cool. I'm glad it's out there. I'm glad it's doing well. I want to see stuff like that do well. But personally, yeah, I wouldn't personally probably seek it out unless somebody told me how good it was or something like that. Even the Penguin, I liked Colin Farrell's version of the Penguin in the Batman. I loved it. I thought he was great. But when the show came, it wasn't until you raved at how good it was, and I was like, brought it up a couple times now. He said it was really good, and I already liked kind of what I saw before. And then sure as shit, one episode in, I'm like, yep, I'm in on this. So sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah, very good. Dean, what do you think?
All right. I kind of the opposite of Nick. I like it for the reason of that, kind of the opposite of the way Marvel did it, right? Where Marvel, kind of did their main characters and then introduced everybody, going forward in different movies, different, series. I like that James Gunn is wants to put everything out there and go, here's all the food you can eat, and then let's eat. You know what I mean? He's putting out there in these TV shows or comic books or however he's doing it, and putting out these side characters that you wouldn't. Let's take away the hardcores, right? Let's look at this as you want the casual comic book fan or casual movie goer to know who these people are. So let's go ahead and introduce them. That way, when they do show up in the big screen, it's not a fart in church. Maybe this is a different and a better way to introduce for the movies coming forward. So when you do see Superman or the new Batman or whatever main movies they're going to do, you see these side characters, and it won't be a Martian Manhunter at the end where you go, who is he?
Like that's the guy that beat Superman in the Convincing Idiots battle.
That's not who the goddamn.
That's what he's known as.
Nope, you're not going to draw me into this.
Yeah,
you're not going to draw me into this, you son of a
James Gunn.
So that's good.
Thank you.
So you're not going to have, you introduce a character and you have to assume that he's somebody important. By the time you see them off to the side or in a scene, you'll know who they are. You'll kind of get a grasp of who they are. That's why I like this idea.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I think it's smart. I think it's smart. I mean, he's taking characters. It's not like if his first project, if they waited around until that Superman movie, if that takes a shit, man, they're in trouble.
Right.
They're
putting everything into the Superman movie. So you better be okay with every scene and every new character, because from what I'm hearing, it's going to have a lot of characters that you haven't seen in DC movies before.
Right.
This new movie is going to be established. It's supposed to be like Superman's already been on Earth. You're not having a backstory. You're not going to see the spaceship coming to Earth and Martha Kent, all that. He has been established. People know him. He is Superman for the past, 10, 15, whatever amount of years. So you're walking into this movie with that idea. So you're already established with that timeline that there's already other aliens and other superheroes out and about. So when whatever big bad's coming, he's going to need help. You'll have to do again, just my opinion, you have to do a very slight explanation, but you won't have to go into a whole backstory of everybody, right?
That's good.
Where you don't have to do 70 movies before you get to the Avengers.
Right.
You can do a few movies and you get everybody.
Right. No, that's good. And again, these are characters that you're not that familiar with. So, watching this today, I'm like, I'm not going to say, this is not how I envisioned the comic book version of the Bride of Frankenstein. No, it's just this is a whole new character for me, and it was cool the way it was done. I just enjoyed the writing and the action and everything else. It was good. It was funny. It was dark. It was violent. It was all that stuff. So it was it was like a continuation of the Suicide Squad, is what it was.
Again, this is on Max.
It's on Max. Yep.
Okay. I'm going to check
Max has the rights to all the DC stuff, I think. So,
okay.
Yes. Yeah, 2 episodes, and it's every Thursday. I don't know how many episodes are going to drop in this thing here. So
yeah, I'll check it out.
Very good. Let's see what else here, guys. So, I didn't have a whole lot of headlines here. So now, Dean, you saw some. Sometimes we get, not even sometimes, we get a lot of social questions and topics, I should say, off of social media.
Yes.
Whether it be questions on X or TikTok videos and all that. Dean, now you saw a funny one here that brought to mind an interesting question.
Brian, this was a random video that I saw, and I don't know if it was meant to be a joke, or if it was meant to be serious or cringeworthy. I don't know what they were gunning for, but I took it as cringeworthy. The question was, what is your biggest financial flex? Again, I'm a Zennial. It's not a terminology I commonly use, but I understood what they meant, right? And then they started, this guy, man
for
on the
the
street.
olds, what's your favorite thing financially to brag about to people, to boast?
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
for
you,
the
Nikolai.
olds.
For the olds.
So this old watching this, but he starts interviewing all these people, and it has to be at some sort of like fucking charity event, rich person event, influencer. But all these people had different answers of, my dad owns this. My dog cost $10,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like everybody had these insane flexes, and I thought to myself,
I like that some of them were peppered in there and were kind of the older guy, just like regular shit, feasible, practical thing. But yeah, a lot of them were.
You have to do that. You have to pepper that in. So it's not just,
you're there to enrage people. It's the internet,
right? Uh-huh. So I thought, boys, we do a global podcast.
Oh yeah, big time.
I don't know if you can tell, but with our clothing, we're doing all right. So Well, not Knicks, but Brian and
It's a
I.
Versace Michigan sweatshirt
Yeah.
that Nick is wearing. Yeah.
What's that M stand for? Moron?
Yep. Uh-huh.
So,
Uh-huh.
gentlemen, I wanted to ask the same question. What is your biggest financial flex?
Brian, what's your biggest financial flex?
Come on.
A very large mortgage.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's a
About
good.
My
Nothing on these hoes.
my family did my family did not buy the house for us, but we can boast a much larger mortgage than I've ever
There you
had in my entire life. So
Okay.
yeah,
Which is a
He
good
says that
time
as
to
a
do it.
tear rolls down into his white beard.
yeah. I mean, it's something that will we ever pay it off? Absolutely not.
You were almost to
Absolutely
retirement too.
I am counting on being dead
Yeah.
before this. So let me sign anything you need me to.
That's right.
You have no idea, sir.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, it is a really, that
It's a
question
flex.
there, it could be a real bummer depending on how you think about it, I guess. But
Sure.
it was funny though, Deal. You're right. All those kids were talking about how rich their family was or whatever. And it's just like, that's not your accomplishments.
Exactly. That was my first thought. If it would be
Right.
like people that created something or did something, that's something. But every one of those kids that they talked to, we're talking about. I mean, there were some older guys that you could tell probably had their own business. Yeah, that's a flex. You worked
Yes.
hard. You
Right.
built your business up. You have a yacht. Cool. Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
These fucking kids, Nikolai, what about you? What's your flex? Come on, flex it for us.
My biggest financial flex is that I can afford to buy probably roughly 3 gallons of milk every day and a half for your sister
What?
and our children, because they drink so much goddamn milk. It's insane. The fact that I can keep this family's thirst quenched with milk in my house is insane, because it's
Huge.
just, I mean,
Wow.
it takes a lot.
Have you ever thought about giving the guinea pig milk so maybe it'd shoot milk out of its city instead of blood?
Hey.
All right.
That's a
No,
true
so-
story, ladies and gentlemen.
That is a multifaceted question. I'm trying to my biggest, honestly, one of my actual biggest financial flexes might be my dog, because he was
Yeah.
fucking expensive. I paid a lot of fucking money for Gizmo. He's not the biggest purchase I've ever made in my life, but as far as just a random thing to get, I paid a lot of money for Gizmo.
Okay.
So
Sure.
I mean, he was. I'll just say it, he was a couple grand. That's a fucking
Ooh,
expensive ass
yeah.
dog. So
Yes,
I
it is.
mean, like I said, I've made larger purchases, but more for life events and things so it's not really. But I mean, just to get a dog, because my family took me out for a surprise fun day at a brewery and got a couple drinks in me, then took me to a pet store and begged me for a dog. Just to go for it.
Man.
I mean,
Dude,
I felt like
did
it was,
they
it was a
fucking
pretty.
mark on your forehead?
I was tricked. I was
Dude,
trapped. But
they knew
now,
what the fuck they were doing.
now I have Daddy's little sweet boy, and all is right, because he's my best friend.
Everybody
And what else
hates
do I
the
do?
dog except you.
Yeah, I'm the only one that loves him, so it's fine.
Aw. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not
Look
true.
at
We
that.
all love him. Even Robin, even though
Yeah.
she swears she doesn't, she loves him too. One of my, if I may, one of my bigger financial flexes sits behind me here. I didn't necessarily pay. I won it in a Fanatics auction, but it is an authentic, personally autographed by Austin Matthews hockey puck. And
Yeah.
although I paid less than what they go for online for them, I do presume that by the end of his career, that value will skyrocket when all is said and
Here we
done,
go.
and all of his amazing seasons are under his belt, as they already have. Many already have been documented. But
Sure.
I think that'll go down as one of the bigger. That'll be having something like a Mario Lemieux puck or something. It's going to be. Doesn't matter. I won't sell it. It'll just be worth something. I could be poverty stricken, and I'll never sell that fucking puck. But
Can I get one of those from Nick? From you?
what's that? You want me to autograph a puck for you?
Oh, puck. I'm sorry. I misunderstood. I'm sorry. Never mind. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
That's actually easier to get than my autograph, as a matter of fact.
That's how you autograph.
Yeah,
If anybody's asking out there.
Autograph your ass.
that's right. So what about you, Dean? What's your biggest financial flex?
Well, I know I asked the question, but I'm embarrassed to like answer it myself because like Brian's house and Nick's fucks and stuff like all that stuff is really up there, and I feel embarrassed. But like I'm 43 years old, guys, and I have I own 4 pairs of actual underwear, and 2 of them only have holes in them.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Again, I don't like to brag.
So the other ones are for weddings and funerals. The other 2 that don't have holes in them, special occasions.
Where's the good underwear?
It's a black pair.
Yeah.
It's larger than
Where's this one to hide the stains? Yeah.
It's the black pair.
Yeah.
It's the special pair. Socks. I have a few, and some of them don't have holes. So
when you break it down, what's in those socks? What had they gone further would have cost you so much money if you add them all up.
That's true.
That's like worth like millions of dollars.
Yeah, because you pay me a good amount of money to suck my toes. So
that's right. Yep.
That really, you're right. If you break it down.
Yeah.
No, but I guess honestly, if we're
a joke. Just to clarify, I don't know how clear it was. It was a joke about kids being expensive, but
yeah.
I don't know if anybody got that.
I'm sorry.
Jizzing in the sock. Keep going. All the kids in the sock. Keep going. You just go.
Kids, because I masturbate and come in my sock.
Yeah.
All right, so my actual one, how's that feel, motherfucker?
I don't care. I was happy I did it.
So many
Fuck
goddamn...
you, I win. I don't care.
All right, so really, I guess my biggest financial flex is I got a divorce.
Yeah, sure.
She ain't cheap.
That's all right.
Yeah. And still have a place to live. So there's that.
Yeah.
I live
right here.
Convincing Idiot Studio. So yeah, that's my flex.
Well done. Well done.
I'm still breathing.
Yeah.
That is a financial flex in itself. That is.
That's right. Yeah. Especially how shitty I treat my body.
All right.
Well,
we're going to
at this point.
That's right. Yeah.
Financial ones are all I got. Can't give you anything real.
All right, guys, we're going to take a break and we're going to flex a little bit off camera and come back with a Christmassy topic. Getting into the Christmas spirit. There's a winter storm out there in Northeast Ohio right now. It's snowy. We're getting ready for Christmas, and we're going to bring our first Christmas topic of the season to you after the break.
Let Nick blow, let Nick blow, let Nick blow.
Mm-hmm.
Nikolai, let's bottom out in 5.
Power bottoming. Boom! And we're back. Segment number 3 of Convincing Idiots. I'm Millennial Nick, alongside Gen X Brian and Zennial Dean. We are joining you for a third segment this week on Convincing Idiots. And what is that? What is that? Did I hear? Is it the jingling of sleigh bells? What is that? What does that smell in the air? Is it perhaps like a frappe, a latte of some sort of gingerbread, oat milk gingerbread latte from Starbucks? What do I hear in the distance? Is that a yo? Millennial Santa!
I knew it was real.
That is right. Millennial Santa, what topic have you brought us this evening for
COVID.
segment number 3 of Convincing Idiots?
Well, we're bringing all the idiot hipsters out there. A topic for Christmas. We're going to talk about some of our favorite Christmas songs or artists that are non-traditional. So, some songs that you consider non-traditional Christmas songs, or an artist that you would not necessarily expect to sing a Christmas song.
Fantastic. Love it. Thank you, Millennial Santa. Appreciate that.
Best millennial.
He's the best. I love this time of year. Millennial Santa's my favorite.
You're welcome, you twerp. Let's get going.
Wow.
You entitled little Nepo baby. Fuck you. All right. So I'm going to start then. Why not, right?
If he'll let you.
Well, if I'm allowed to start, I think I will, because we're gonna go with kind of out of the norm. These could be songs or artists, as I understand it. So I'm gonna start here. This is my only one. This is a whole ass album, and the reason that the whole album is traditional Christmas songs, but they are performed by a band or artist that is not a traditional group that you would think of doing Christmas songs. They are one of my They're up there for me. They're probably top 10 bands ever. Bad Religion. Bad Religion's Christmas album is fucking fantastic.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah, they do all a bunch of the Hark the Herald Angels, Oh Christmas Tree, all this stuff, Jingle Bells, and it's all Bad Religion, and just in Bad Religion fashion. It's fast and fantastic and just good, solid, in-your-face punk rock, but with a Christmas twist. And there's Jingle Bells.
All of that is how people describe my sex.
Is that right?
The sex, yeah.
Fast and punk rock. Punk rock sex. It's very fast.
It's because
and dirty, aggressive.
I spiked my pubic hair and dye it pink.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. There you go. Nobody asked for it, but we got it. Sometimes, boys and girls, you get gifts for Christmas that you didn't ask for, but you have to act like you're grateful for them anyway. So my first pick is Bad Religion's Christmas album. If you haven't checked it out and you do enjoy Bad Religion, please do. Do yourself. That's I gotta listen to it every year. So absolutely, it's usually good gift wrapping. After I'm done with Bad Santa, I usually throw on the Bad Religion album. That's a good one. So that's my first one. Let's go with Millennial Santa next. What do you got?
One of my favorite Christmas albums is sung by, you would not, I heard he had a Christmas, I think he has a couple, actually. It's like, I don't get it, but when you listen to it, it's like, yes, very good. Similar type of deal. Rob Halford. Rob Halford is the lead singer of Judas Priest.
Did not know that was a thing.
Yes, he had.
Rob Halford I knew of, but the Christmas album I did not.
Yes.
I didn't know Rob Halford was a person.
What is Rob Halford? What is that?
We had a prior episode. We talked about some of our favorite rock singers of all time, and Rob Halford is on my Mount Rushmore, without question. With the hard rock singers, Judas Priest finally got into the freaking Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but he gets to sing his ass off. Now this was a few years ago now. He's an older man. He's not as vocals aren't as powerful as they used to be. I mean, no one's is as they get older. But look up the Rob Halford Christmas album. There's one song in particular. It's called the Winter Song. It's not a heavy metal album. I don't consider it. It's not a heavy metal album. There's definitely some harder versions of songs in there, but it's a lot of just very solid vocals.
Hellbent for winter. Hellbent for winter.
I would like that. I would like that a lot, actually. That'd be a great version. But yeah, check out the Rob Halford Christmas albums out there.
Cool.
All right.
I'll check that out. I did not know that was a thing.
Yep. Dean?
All right, boys. I'm going to start this. I wasn't exactly sure.
You didn't understand the assignment, did you?
I did
make an excuse and Brian's going to tell you that your submissions are incorrect.
But I quickly learned what you meant. And let me start with some lyrics for you. And tell me if you guys have heard this. Jingle bells, jingle all the day. I just can't wait till Christmas time when I can grope you in the hay. That song, ladies and gentlemen, is from the band AC/DC, and the song is called Mistress for Christmas.
Yes, good one. That's a good one.
It is the first time today I've heard it, and it is
really
fantastic.
Wow.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Mistress for Christmas. It is just about him fucking a chick during Christmas time. It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do yourself a favor and listen to the song Mistress for Christmas by AC/DC.
All right.
Dean, that's on the Thunderstruck album, the same album that has, of course, the famous song Thunderstruck.
Like a regular album.
It's on a regular album.
Jesus Christ. All right. Love it.
Yeah.
All right.
It was a song on the Thunderstruck album. And I went to that concert, and the tour shirt, which I think I still have, which I cannot fit in anymore, but it's Angus Young. I got a Mistress for Christmas tour shirt from the Thunderstruck tour. It's a picture of Angus. There's a girl lying there, just her legs in the air, facing you with like lingerie on and Christmas presents around her. And Angus is holding her leg, just doing the whole Angus look with his schoolboy outfit. It's brilliant.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah. This was the first time I've heard it. Like I said, I kind of Googled and trying to research of what exactly you guys have meant. And then I found a group of these, and this was number one on my list. I listened to it. I'm like, fuck, this is delightful.
Yeah.
Yep. It's very good.
Awesome.
By the way, the tickets for the tour go on sale tomorrow in
we'll talk about
Cleveland.
that. We will talk about that.
Cleveland.
Yep.
Offline.
Yep. Nick.
All right. So I love like what Dean explained. Not necessarily AC/DC, but I do enjoy when bands do their own like an original song. Like that's a Christmas song, and it's really cool. And actually, I kind of as I was making this list, they all started coming to me. I'm like, a lot of my favorite bands actually have a Christmas song that's an original that they wrote. So this was kind of cool to kind of revisit those. And I every year I revisit them. A big one for me is Ramones. Merry Christmas. I don't want to fight tonight. I absolutely love that song. There again, we're back to the punk bands. An earlier one here, but I love it. It's very Ramones. It's fast. It's fun. It's great. It's just a good Christmassy song. And just talking about, can we please just not fight tonight? It's Christmas. Yep. So Ramones, Merry Christmas. I don't want to fight tonight. I can't remember which album that's on. I want to say,
but it's definitely one of those that
I think it's on
you're surprised
Brain
when you
Drain.
hear.
Yeah. It was because I think I bought that album in like high school, and it's one of the last songs, and it just comes on, and I'm like, oh, it's a Christmas song. That's kind of cool. But
cool.
It's a fun one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brian.
This is kind of a sort of a dual answer as well. It's an artist that would not consider a traditional artist that you would think would sing a Christmas song, and it's a song that has become one of my favorite Christmas songs as well. So the song is "The Night Santa Went Crazy," sung by the great Weird Al Yankovic. If you've not heard this,
okay,
go listen. It's basically that's what it is. Santa's just lost his mind. It's just too much.
Is it a parody of a specific song, or is it just an original, its own thing?
Original Weird Al song, and Santa just snaps and goes crazy, goes on a killing spree. That's what it is.
Nice.
Weird Al Yankovic is widely known for, as anybody knows, of parodies of songs. You know the way these songs go. But if you listen to any of his albums, the best songs on those albums are the ones he wrote. They're insane. They're awesome. They're hilarious. So I don't remember, or I don't know of this song, but like all of the other songs, like his songs that he's written, are hilarious. They're the better ones on the album.
I did not know he wrote any songs that were not parodies. I thought he was strictly a parody musician.
Actually, if you listen to the "Smells Like Nirvana" album, there's a few on there that are just fucking dynamite. They're terrific.
Okay, nice.
There you go. Who's next, Dean?
Dean's up.
All right. So I'm going to continue this trend of artists that wrote their own Christmas song. And I don't know if you guys knew that the Killers wrote a Christmas song.
Hmm.
It is called "Don't Shoot Me, Santa."
I'm not familiar.
I would never expected it, especially from that
Yeah.
band.
Right. Yeah.
It starts out with a conversation between Santa. The idea is that the singer, right? Not
Brendan
necessarily,
Flowers.
no, but not necessarily him.
Oh,
But like the
That's the guy from the Killers. Yeah.
yes, but the singer is killing kids in the neighborhood because they don't believe in Santa and they gave him a hard time about it. Now Santa is out to kill him for being bad. And that's the premise.
This is we're talking about the Killers, like Hot Fuss, right? Like somebody
Yep,
told me.
absolutely.
Okay,
One and the
Mr.
same.
Brightside. Okay,
One and the same. I would have never guessed in 1,000
No.
years. You tell me AC/DC did one, you're like, okay, that's cool, I get it, but like
that
the
fits
Killers,
in, yeah.
not even close.
Yeah.
But it's a cool song. If you like the Killers, it sounds just like the Killers' other songs. It's a fun song. So yeah, Don't Shoot Me, Santa by the Killers.
You're good.
All right, nice. All right, is that me next?
Yep.
My favorite band ever, Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam has a Christmas song. It was released on their Lost Dogs album, which was a bunch of B-sides from various albums over the years. And it is called Let Me Sleep, It's Christmas Time. And it is like, I consider it to be a bit of an anthem for adults at Christmas. Let me sleep, it's Christmas time. And the lyrics go, when I was a kid, oh, how magic it seemed. Please let me sleep, it's Christmas time. And it's very like, it's just kind of, you can tell by the song, it was kind of them messing around in the studio and just kind of like playing a riff. And then somebody adds on the drum beat to it. And then he starts singing and stuff like that. And it's a good one. It's a slow one. But there again, I listen to it every single Christmas season. And it is a little bit, as I, have grown into adulthood, it seems to ring more true as the years go by. That it's not that it's I'm making it sound like a damper song, but it's kind of I don't know. It's just funny how obviously when you're an adult, Christmas takes on different forms. There's a lot more pressures, a lot more things you have to really take care of to make it magical and to do and when you're a kid, you're not focused on all of those things because it's for you. But when you're an adult, Christmas is a lot of work. It's fun and it's enjoyable and you love it, but it's a lot of fucking work. And it's just kind of a good anthem for the tired parent, I feel like. Pearl Jam's Let Me Sleep, It's Christmas Time. So if you haven't heard that, check that one out. It's a good one.
Will do.
Very good. Another entire album here, sung by a band you would not envision singing Christmas songs. These are pretty much, they sing traditional songs, but in their own style. Have yourself a listen to the Twisted Sister Christmas album, ladies and
That's right.
gentlemen.
I forgot they did a whole album. That's right. Yep.
Yes. If you like 80s hair bands, if you like Twisted Sister, either one, this album will be a lot of fun for you. So that's exactly what it is. It's Dee Snider, Twisted Sister, singing it in Twisted Sister style, Christmas songs, and it's just a lot of fun. So check that out.
Nice.
Very good.
Yep.
All right, mine. I'm actually surprised either of you guys haven't had them on the list. Run DMC Christmas
Yes.
and Hollis.
Very good one.
Yep.
Yes.
They sample multiple different Christmas songs, throughout their song. It gives a hip hop experience to the whole Christmas thing, because at that time, I mean, yes, you heard all the classics, and then you might have even heard some of these AC/DCs or Twisted Sisters, but you really didn't get to hear, just like anything Run DMC did, you really didn't get a chance, the general public didn't get a chance to hear hip hop, in the mainstream. So, when they brought this out, it gave that opportunity to the masses. So not only is it good, but I think it's important to music in general.
Absolutely. And that song for me will be forever tied to Die Hard as well. So
right,
you might remember in a limousine with Argyle, you can hear some Christmas songs, and he puts it on. He goes, how about some Christmas? He goes, this is Christmas music. It turns it up, and it's Run DMC. It was like, yeah, very cool. Yep.
Very good.
All right.
All right.
Nick,
Next up, I have another untraditional song, and an original song by a non-Christmas artist. That would be Simple Plan on their first album. No helmets, no pads, just balls. Their very last song on it was a Christmas song, and it's basically talking about their wish list for Christmas and all the extravagant, crazy, insane things that they want. Santa's coming tonight, and I want a car, and I want a bike, and I want a first-class trip to Hawaii, and all this stuff. And as the song goes on, it goes to all these things that they don't need, and it's Christmas time, and I want everything, and all that stuff. So it's just a fun pop punk song. Just about Christmas and insane children's wish lists and asking Santa for all these things that you could never afford in a million years. It's very reminiscent of the Santa Baby kind of thing. You know what I mean? You're asking for just unrealistic, crazy, diamonds and yachts and all this stuff. So it has that spirit.
Love.
It's a good one. Yeah. I know Santa can't bring me that, but I'll ask him anyway.
It's horse shit. Some of this shit don't even exist.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Love or the G spot.
Brian, what do you got next up?
an artist that I don't know if you would picture singing a Christmas song, Bob Dylan. He sang a very fun version of a song, Must Be Santa.
Baby, hurry down the chimney, please.
I'll tell you what, listen to the Bob Dylan version of Must Be Santa. It's like a polka version of that song is kind of a polka song anyway.
Must be Santa.
No, it's good singing, but if you listen to it, you probably would not even know it was Bob Dylan singing necessarily, because it's a whole upbeat, fun song. Check that out. It's polka, it's fun, it's Santa, it's Bob Dylan. I mean, I don't know what else you want really in a Christmas song. But,
Sure.
Frankly, if you're not smiling, listen to that version of it, and you just don't have the Christmas spirit.
That's right.
That's fair.
Right?
That's fair.
Yeah, give it a listen. I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
All right, real quick. Have you guys, sidebar, you guys seen the previews for the Bob Dylan movie?
I have. It looks interesting.
Timothy Chalamet plays
Yeah.
Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Look up the trailer. It looks pretty badass. Yeah. All right. So my next one, I went back and forth in this one because it's not a Christmas carol. It's not anything you listen to in church or anything like that. But you do hear it on a regular basis in the past, 10, 15 years. John Lennon's So This Is Christmas, or the War Song, it's also known by. You hear it in every department store as you're walking around, but it's not a traditional song that, whatever, covered by Dean Martin. But it is, with the choir of the children in the background, it does get you into that Christmas spirit. And it's John Lennon.
And it's only now, you're only on the fence now because it has gained that popularity and that acceptance in the ether of Christmas songs over the years, right? Like you said, it's not one of your traditional ones. And same could be said for, Mariah Carey, when it came out, All I Want for Christmas Is You was not a traditional song. Now it is, though. It's been like that's synonymous with Christmas. Like it just is. But yeah, so
it's because it kind of works that way.
Yeah, no, I agree, but no, that counts because it's not one of your, going back all those generations. Yeah, right. Yeah.
So that was going to be part of these questions as well. So can an artist create a new Christmas song?
Sure.
And it becomes popular, and it becomes, like you say, a kind of a traditional. Of course.
Yeah.
Run every other home, I would assume, on Christmas Eve. And play Mistress for Christmas, I'm sure.
Sure.
Before the kids. Yep. No, but it doesn't happen very often. So you're right. John Lennon's a good example. Mariah Carey's another one. There's not a whole lot of bands that were able to create an original Christmas song that really became in the mainstream. Maybe Wham. Maybe
Wham
there's a few.
There's
a few in there. Maybe that's another question we could do sometime. But anyways, it's that's a good one. All
If
right.
you were to create your own Christmas song, what would you name it?
That's a good one. All right. You asking that question now, or are you telling us to think about it?
No. I want to save that one for
Okay.
question of the week, closer to Christmas.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
That sounds good. Who is up? I don't remember.
Who just went? Was it Dean?
Yeah, it was
Yes, yeah, it was Dean.
Dean just went.
So for my last one, I've got another album here by a non-traditional artist. This was one that was put out, I want to say 2012, somewhere around there, 2013. And an artist that is well known, but in doing classics, but you wouldn't necessarily think. And it was Scott Weiland came out with a Christmas album, and it was on par with like. If you put it would show up in your algorithm if you were listening to like Michael Bublé Christmas albums. Like it was very like, you know,
Corner-esque.
just button up classical, like, and just him singing good old fashioned style Christmas songs. And it was very pleasant and very enjoyable. And I remember because I downloaded it because I'm like, love STP, love Scott Weiland. I'm gonna check this out. He's got a Christmas album. I wonder what that sounds like. And I'm like, this is really nice. Like this is really it's good. It's great. You know what I mean? So it's just solid. Nothing it's gonna blow you away, but it's just not what you'd expect from Scott Weiland necessarily. But it is very it's in a very classical
Road, Angel Sing.
yeah. But he's singing it even in a way that it doesn't you're not like, oh, like if it came up on a like your Sirius XM Christmas channel, without looking at it, you would not know it was Scott Weiland. You'd be like, just the Tony things. It's just kind of not really what you expect. You know, you think Scott Weiland, you think of a certain style, but it's very true to classic Christmas songs. It's just the artist itself is not the one you'd expect it from. So Scott Weiland's Christmas album is up there for me too.
It's way too much shit coming from somebody wearing that sweater. Brian, you're up.
A traditional song, but a non-traditional version of the song. But I do enjoy it. Something I try to watch every season. The South Park special, but Eric Cartman singing "Oh Holy Night." Perfect.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. Well,
that's my main list.
That's actually I'm glad you put that one, Brian, because I get to end my main list by a song. I think it was started or done by some sort of wacky zoo crew situation, radio, morning drive radio guys. But we've all heard ding, fries are done, ding, fries are done, ding, fries are done.
Right.
And so to the Carol of the Bells, it is very non-traditional, but it is a Christmas song.
Sure. Yep.
Given through the Carol of the Bells. So
Ding
Fries Are Done ends my list for non-traditional Christmas songs or artists.
Very good.
Very good. Yeah.
Any honorable mentions here, guys?
I do have one, and this was it's just one very, very clever for me. Saturday Night Live, back in the day, one of their TV fun houses. They did one. It was basically it was called Christmas Time for the Jews, and it was the premise was when all the Jewish people in New York City, like after all the Christians go home and visit their families from wherever they're from and celebrate Christmas. Christmas time for the Jews is when the Jews get to like basically run the city and do whatever. There's like they play for the Lakers and they do this and then like the Jews like Jewish people fucking go out to eat and do like when all the people are gone. The Christians are doing their, Christmas thing. Christmas time for the Jews is when the Jews get to like come out and like do their thing. And it was just very clever and funny and silly. So I always like that one. That's a fun one for me. Very non-traditional.
It was like a 1960s feel
like a claymation,
like the Supremes like singing. It looked like sort of.
Correct. What's that? Franklin and Bash. Like it was like done like that animation style, and the Supremes were singing. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, it's Christmas time for the Jews.
They sort of had one too, Nick. It was let's see, was it Santa's coming? What is it? It was Horatio Sands Jimmy Fallon.
I don't
Right.
care what your mama says.
Yeah,
Christmas time is near.
That's it.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
I love that.
Tracy Morgan just stands there and does this like little arm thing, and Chris Kattan holds the keyboards for Jimmy Fallon. It was Tracy Morgan, Chris Kattan, Jimmy Fallon, and Horatio Sands. Yeah, and they actually
Christmas time is
reprised
here or
that.
something. Yeah.
Christmas time is here. Yeah, and they did it. I want to say within the last 10 years, like on when they all came out and after one of the commercial breaks did it and everybody went fucking nuts and they did the, doing the like weird beats, Jimmy Fallon on the keyboard stuff. It was fun. It was cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very good. Any more honorable mentions, Nick?
No, not for me.
Dean?
I mean, couldn't you put in that same category? What you guys talking about? I mean, Dick in a Box. It's like a package, right?
That's a great one.
Yep.
So that's my honorable mention. Dick in a Box.
Well, there is and then when they're going through the Rolodex at the end of the song, they're going through "It Works for Everything," like Christmas, Dick in a Box, Kwanzaa, Dick in a Box.
So,
Yeah.
there you go.
So there is a Christmas scene where Dick in a Box.
Christmas
Yeah.
song now.
Yep.
I like it. What
Very
about you,
good.
Brian? Any honorable mentions?
Real quick, there's a heavy metal Christmas album out there, and one of the songs is Lemmy Kilmister, the late great Lemmy from Motorhead, sings "Run Rudolph, Run." Great version of that. Sang
I have heard that. That's very
true
fucking
Lemmy.
good. Yeah. Very gravelly and raspy.
He
There's
was
a
awesome.
great version of the Grinch song sung by the Misfits out there. You want
I've
to
heard that.
envision the Misfits
Yeah.
singing
Yeah.
that? That's a good one. I had one DMC too. Dean. Spinal Tap did a original Christmas song, "Christmas with the Devil." Just a goofy parody of a heavy metal song, original. And it's not really a song, but it's non-traditional artists, I guess, doing a Christmas thing. There's that Cheech and Chong did that.
Yeah.
Oh, the donkey
Old lady.
one, right?
Yeah, they talk. They tell the story of Santa.
Or
So-
like, oh yeah, man, Santa Claus. Yeah, no, Santa Claus, man. Yeah, they put it on they play it on the radio every year. Yeah, like
Yes.
I said, it's like a skit. It's a spoken word thing. It's not a
Donkey
song.
one.
But
There's a Christmas donkey song, right?
There is one out there.
Dominic.
There was
Dominic. Chris.
Yeah.
Hee haw, hee haw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hee haw, hee haw. Yeah.
How I got those two fucking mixed up.
Oh, fuck.
But that is
yeah.
a weird song. It is
It is a very weird
It's
song.
sort of a non-traditional song, I guess. So
I
it's
do
weird.
have another honorable mention.
Go
I
ahead.
forgot. The late great Johnny Bauer, famous Toronto Maple Leafs goaltender, actually in the 60s, when they were winning Stanley Cups and his skyrocket fame, he recorded a Christmas song called "Honky the Christmas Goose," and I listen to that every year. I totally forgot about it until you mentioned that one, and I'm like, it reminded me of "Honky the Christmas Goose" by Johnny Bauer, the Toronto Maple Leafs goalie. Notedly not a singer, however, released a song. I believe it was released on 45. And
Wow.
God, that would be I never even thought that would be a cool thing to find, like a tangible, the
Sure.
45 record of Johnny Bauer's "Honky the Christmas Goose." But I'm put old JB up there. Yeah.
Nice.
Excellent.
Well, yeah, Grandma got ran over by a reindeer. That's always
That is a good one. That's almost fits in the category of it's not
It's
a
become
classic in
sort of
that
a-
way, but
yeah.
it's in the mainstream so
Correct.
much that it's
Correct.
almost is now.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I almost put the Chipmunks and a couple of things. I'm like,
Sure.
but that's
Yep.
another one. It's like that the Christmas song of the Chipmunks. That's really become a traditional song that you
Right.
hear every year. I don't know. You can argue many different ways, but all right. Well, guys,
We got the Christmas season kicked off right, gentlemen.
I'm full of fucking Christmas spirit.
Hell
Yes. That's right. Millennial Santa has to get the rest of the voice
yeah. Yes, he does.
to get ready for weekend festivities. So it's
Mhm.
time to tuck in the young kids, visions of sugar plums and bourbon, and end this episode of Convincing Idiots. Nick?
Right. Alrighty. So, Convincing Idiots, Christmas season is in all of us. It's in all of you. In a weird way, we're in all of you, right?
Aw,
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
like normal.
Just-
We're inside you. We're filling
Just-
you up with our Christmas spirit.
Just like
Yeah.
the 90s.
That's right. That's right.
Yep.
And, you could fill yourselves up with even more of us by going to all of our social media accounts and consuming even
I think you'd tell them to
more
stick one of our T-shirts up their ass.
convincing idiots. Hey, it's your money. You bought it. You can do whatever you want with it. I'm not judging you. So if you would like to go over to our social media accounts and follow, subscribe, like, rate, review, all that stuff. Once again, we don't mention it all the time, but when you rate and review and you interact with the show, it does help us out a lot, especially on the podcast platforms in which you listen. So if you do that, we appreciate it. And if you haven't, please do so. It does help us. You can find links to all of our socials on our link tree, Convincing Idiots. Link tree, just Google that, LANKTREE. You can also go to our website, which is convincingidiots.wordpress.com to find all of that and so much more access to the three of us. You know you want to access us. We want to access you back.
Oh, yeah.
So go to our website. That's right. We'll fill each other up with Christmas spirit. So for this episode, I am Millennial Nick.
Zennial Dean.
Gen X Brian.
Have we convinced you to join us for a whole other merry year of convincing idiots and be good boys and girls? Because next year at this time, Michigan will be going for 5-0 against Ohio State. So hang in there with us. Here we go.
Watch your
Convincing
feet.
Idiots. Go blue. They love it. We love it.
Watch your feet. Santa's coming.
Did you just see that shit? If you liked what you saw, like and subscribe. Come back. You're going to want to.
Ham grape.
Mm, 217, right?
218.
No, I ran a repeat
Oh,
episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just pulled 3 random segments from prior. I thought it was
Okay.
interesting. I pulled the segment. I don't know if you listened to it or not.
Well,
But we were
did that.
talking.
That's interesting.
We're talking about Tyson and Paul like 8 months ago when it was
Oh,
announced,
okay.
and then we had our thoughts on how it was going to go. I figured that was interesting.
Oh, that's
The
good.
episode after
that-
the So
How you feeling, man?
Actually,
Our
we should
takes
probably do
were-
that more often, even if it's not like in place of an episode. If like we
Yeah.
think, if we find stuff that we know that we talked about, and then
Yeah.
it happened. That's not a bad.
Yeah.
I like when you have good ideas.
Mm-hmm.
They're so rare.
Yep.
We enjoy that.
Once in a
Nice.
while. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.